Hey everybody, it's Read Aloud time again. I have another awesome book to share with you. It's called Scarecrow, and it's by Cynthia Rylant. I love her. Remember, she's the author of Mr. Putter and Tabby, and she was the author of Birthday Presents, the last book that I read. So you know how much I love how she writes her books. This book is about a scarecrow. And do you remember that book we read at Halloween called The Little Old Lady Who Isn't Afraid of Anything? Remember the pants chase her through the woods and the shoes and the pumpkin head. And in the end, all those pieces go together to make a scarecrow. And the scarecrow is in the woman's garden to keep the birds away, so the birds don't eat her seeds or her fruits or her vegetables. The scarecrow, I think, is supposed to look like a person out in the garden so the birds don't come in. Well, this book is about the life of a scarecrow. And what you're going to notice is we get to watch the scarecrow through the different seasons of the year. So we've got winter, what's the next one? Spring, then summer, then fall. And if you look at the pictures, you're going to see the scarecrow through the seasons. Scarecrow by Cynthia Rylant. I'm going to get my glasses on. Here's our title page. There's some crows. This one has a button in his mouth. Some more buttons. His hat is borrowed. His suit is borrowed. His hands are borrowed. Even his head is borrowed. And his eyes probably came out of someone's drawer. But a scarecrow's life is all his own. It takes a certain peace hanging around a garden all day. It takes a love of silence and air, a liking for long, slow thoughts, a friendliness toward birds. Yes, birds. Crows, grackles, starlings, jays. Ask them how they feel about a scarecrow, and they'll say, lovely. They ignore the pie pan hands and the button eyes and see instead the scarecrow's best gift, his gentleness. They line up on his arms and can chat all day. He knows he isn't real. A scarecrow understands right away that he is just borrowed parts made to look like somebody. But he knows this too, that there's a certain wonder going on around him. Seeds are being planted, and inside them there are 10-foot tall sunflowers and mammoth pumpkins and beans that just go on forever. And though the scarecrow knows that he can as quickly be turned back into straw and buttons as he was turned into a man, he doesn't care. He has been with the owls in evening and the rabbits at dawn. He has watched a spider work for hours making a web like lace. He has seen the sun tremble and the moon lie still. The scarecrow doesn't care what he is made of or how long he might last, for he has been a witness to life. The earth has rained and snowed and blossomed and wilted and yellowed and greened and vined itself all around him. his hat has housed mice, and his arms have rested birds. A morning glory has held tight to his legs, and a worm is living in his lapel. There is not much else a person might want, and the Scarecrow knows this. So he doesn't mind that there's always a smile on his face, or that his eyes are always open. He doesn't mind being up high. He doesn't mind staying there. The wind is brushing his borrowed head, and the sun is warming his borrowed hands, and the clouds are floating across his button-borrowed eyes. The Scarecrow is thinking his long, slow thoughts. And soon, birds will be coming by. Another great book by Cynthia Rylant. There's one line in here that I really liked, and it made me think about this day. And it said, "The sun is warming his borrowed hands." I think today the sun's going to be out, and it can warm up all of your sweet faces. I love you guys, and I'll be reading again to you soon. And I think Kate and Martha want to read to you, and so does Mr. Taylor. So there's going to be lots of books coming. Stay tuned.